Next on Worcester News tonight, local reaction to the president's proposal to arm teachers. Plus, remembering the bravery of the 10th Mountain Division, who once trained in central Massachusetts before World War II. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Anna Botari. Members of the Worcester Public Schools are speaking out against President Trump's proposal to arm teachers in schools. The proposal comes in the wake of the shooting in Parkland, Florida, which claimed the lives of 17 people. Our Cam Jandro joins us now live with the details. Cam?
Yeah, Anna, the president's proposal has gathered reaction all across the country, and today I spoke with members of Worcester Public Schools to see where they stand on the issue.
There's no rhyme or reason to the idea of putting more guns in school to fight violence. It's ridiculous.
Roger Nugent reacts to President Trump's proposal to arm teachers in the wake of the shooting in Parkland, Florida. The president of the Educational Association of Worcester does not think educators are fit to carry in school.
They don't have the experience. Just because they have the skills that determine that they're able to carry a gun, you need experience to do that.
The president responding to criticism Friday, saying teachers should be ready if a shooter was in a school.
I'd rather have somebody that loves their students and wants to protect their students than somebody standing outside that doesn't know anybody and doesn't know the students.
There are about 26,000 students enrolled in Worcester Public Schools with 5,000 faculty members. Safety Director Robert Pizzella says adding more guns is a danger to all.
Imagine that a student on any given day is so upset that they know that teacher that they're in an encounter with or a confrontation with can grab a weapon. And what will they do once they do get access to that weapon?
The Worcester Public Schools is sending a clear message to the president, saying adding more guns will not solve the country's school shooting problem.
There's no easy fix to this, but I'm glad that it's getting some momentum so that it seems it's not just another fact of life.
Having a weapon in your possession can cause some fear to be alleviated, but it simply is not the way to address the ongoing school safety tragedies that we're seeing every so often.
Now, Pizzella says faculty and staff is required to go through some sort of actor-shooter training or school safety training, as well as all of the students. Anna.
Thanks, Cam. The WRTA says there could be service and job cuts due to anticipated shortfall in their 2019 budget. A committee of union employees has formed, and now they're trying to spread the word. Members of the union who represent WRTA bus drivers are stepping up efforts to reach as many people as possible. The committee, formed by Amalgamated Transit Union Local 22, says their goal is to save jobs and service.
Wanted to form a committee to put the word out to the passengers and get them motivated in calling the elected officials to try to get them to say enough is enough, no more cuts.
The WRTA is anticipating a $1 million budget shortfall for 2019. Ken Kephart is the union's business agent. He says the state's transit authorities were level funded at $82 million in 2016 and 2017 and say they received even less money for this year, forcing the WRTA to eliminate midnight service. Local 22 says the governor's proposed fiscal 2019 budget is again level funding the transit authorities.
This year, we don't know. I mean, it could be just, one or two runs that are rerouted or go from half-hour service to hourly service, or it could be as bad as completely eliminating weekend service.
Justin Lawson is a WRTA bus driver. He says many riders use public transportation to get to and from doctor's appointments, including methadone clinics. He says for some, potentially losing weekend service could be a life or death situation.
I have no doubt if we lose weekend service and passengers cannot get their methadone, that someone will end up dying over it. I really believe that's going to happen.
Lawson says the committee is trying to spread the word through social media and by handing out flyers around town. He says they're asking for the public's support.
But right now what we need is passengers literally to call, email, write, whatever they have to do to make noise to get the legislators to say they're going to vote no or come to a rally.
A Central Massachusetts high school celebrates the achievements of local students in the sciences. The field house at Northbridge High was filled with projects created by the school's science club. The event also featured a speech from retired NASA astronaut Dr. Charles Camarada. Students had the opportunity to show off their designs and prototypes, as well as discuss the challenges the world of science brings.
Good about the school system here, and it makes me really feel good about the future that we have young people that are so dedicated to science.
Designing different things with team building, and we did a lot of fun stuff with science, and I think it increased my love of science.
The school has also made an entry into the NASA Innovative Conceptual Engineering Design Epic Challenge. A Worcester-based staffing agency is paying up after the state's Attorney General says it deprived hundreds of workers minimum wage, overtime, and earned sick time pay. Attorney General Maura Healey announcing this today. Southern Mass Staffing, Inc. has agreed to pay $95,000 in restitution and penalties to workers at Shields Packaging, Inc. The AG's investigation into SMS shows the company failed to pay minimum wages and provide earned sick time, suitable pay stubs, and temporary worker notice to hundreds of workers between April 2015 and October 2016. More than 270 workers will receive reimbursement. Worcester police searching for a would-be robber after he jumped inside a woman's car while parked outside an ATM. Police say the suspect threatened the woman, saying he had a gun, and demanded she hand over the money. It happened around 9 a.m. Thursday morning at this ATM on Lincoln Street. Police say the victim began to yell for help and the suspect ran away. Some people using the ATM today say they'll now be more cautious when going inside.
You never know, because if this door is closed, there's another door over there, and you don't know who's watching you, how much money you're taking out, and no, that's scary. No, that's really scary.
That's just nuts. That's just crazy. Like, people today just seem desperate for whatever they want to get their hands on. Just crazy.
The suspect is described as a black male, about 5'9", with a scruffy beard. Anyone with information is asked to call Worcester Police. The Worcester man accused of hiding his dead friend's body and misleading investigators is indicted by a grand jury. According to the Worcester County District Attorney's Office, Xavier Broughton was indicted on charges Friday, including conveying a human body and misleading police. Police discovered the body of 27-year-old Justin Ramos beneath cardboard boxes and paper bags on the porch of Broughton's home. He will now be arraigned in Worcester Superior Court at a later date. The 10th Mountain Division returns to central Massachusetts Friday. The soldiers of an Army battalion gathered at Wachusett Mountain to rededicate a plaque on top of the mountain to the famed division used to train on. Our Chandler Walsh has the story.
U.S. Army soldiers ski down Wachusett Mountain, following in the path of World War II veterans. Members of the legendary 10th Mountain Division trained here before their daring assaults on German troops in World War II.
They basically, towards the end of the war, pushed the Germans north out of the mountains until the war was over.
Wachusett Mountain restored a plaque dedicated to the 10th Mountain Division and recognized one of its World War II veterans, Clarence Gogan, who, like soldiers in today's mountain units, trained in mountaineering skills like ice climbing and skiing.
To pay tribute to what happened in World War II is also to acknowledge that spirit still exists and is so fundamental to keeping the nation safe.
Jeff Merrill has been in the mountain unit for a little more than a year. He says they train in elements others don't have to.
If you're dealing with the cold, if you don't have gloves, if you don't have whatever, then you got to deal with the cold. You got to make it do in your head that you're going to be okay and that you're going to survive.
In addition to combat, the 10th Mountain Division has to handle high altitudes and low temperatures.
When you fight in the mountains, it's beautiful, it's nice, you can ski and enjoy it, and the next minute it can try to kill you.
A dangerous job Gogan completed. Now 100 years old, he was part of the famed division who conducted mountain assaults in Italy enemy troops didn't think were possible.
To do what is thought to be impossible, that is a singular and distinctive achievement of the 10th Mountain.
Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.